At Carowinds, we're serious about our guests having fun. Seriously, just listen to our Memorial Day sale. Buy a 2025 Silver Pass for only $99 and get unlimited visits through Labor Day. Unlimited upside-down loops. Unlimited ice cream cone licks. Unlimited super spinny swings. Plus, free parking. Told you we were serious. Gear up for more adventures with new major family rides and Camp Snoopy. Coming this summer. Save $10 when you get your 2025 Silver Pass online at carowinds.com. Plus taxes and fees.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Hey, Burke and I are here to welcome you back to part 2.
Welcome to the law firm of Davis and Davis. We're not a real law firm.
Go ahead, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit back and listen.
Welcome to the Davis and Davis Show, davisanddavisshow.com, and the davisanddavisshow.com for all your merchandising needs. Now let me introduce to you your hosts for the show, Scott and Burke Davis.
Hold on to your nutsacks, people. It's the all-new
Davis and Davis Show.
drop whatever the hell you're doing and grab your friends, grab your family, hell, grab your pets, and sit them the hell down to listen to the most adrenaline-filled, kick-ass podcast in the world. Bust open that liquor cabinet, grab the most expensive shit you have, pour it in a pint glass, and chug that shit down. The new Davis and Davis Show is about to
Melt your face off.
My next one is a man who was born in Richford, New York. He died in Ormond Beach, Florida. Almost 100 years later.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he was born in 1839 and died in 1937.
Wow.
So he was 97 years old. Would have been 98 if he would have made it to July. He is buried in the Lakeview Cemetery in Cleveland Heights, along with Garfield, along with Marcus Alonzo Hanna. He is the founder of the Standard Oil Company.
Really?
Mr. John Davison Rockefeller Sr. Was not born here in Ohio, but lived here a lot of his life. And really kind of formed Cleveland into a huge moneymaker for the petroleum industry, which most people don't realize that was everyone sits back and goes, it's Dallas, it's Houston, that's where all the money is. No, originally the Standard Oil Company up in Ohio was the largest oil production company in the world.
Huh. Did not know that.
Until the United States government got involved, said it was a monopoly, and tore it up. But that was years after John D. Rockefeller had died. So, do you remember the 1970s oil shortage, gas and oil shortage?
Oh yeah.
That was when the U.S. government sat back and said that Standard Oil was too big and must be broken up, which is like Standard Oil owned Boron, Ohio,
yep,
all these fuel companies, and they were forced to divest of that. So Ohio separated from Boron. Boron became Exxon, or was bought out. Their part was bought out by ExxonMobil. So Ohio was bought out by British Petroleum.
Right.
And so on. But John D. Rockefeller, I mean, you're talking about a guy who has a freaking plaza in New York City named after him.
Yeah, he was one of the first multimillionaires in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's like being a billionaire in today's terms, just to give you a little.
He was the first billionaire.
Which is like being a trillionaire in today's money.
Yes. In 1913, he became the richest man in the country. He had 900 million at that point in time. The very next year, he became a billionaire.
Good Lord.
His personal wealth in 1913 was 2% of the national gross economy. The next year, his net worth was 3%
Jesus.
of the national. Wow. Which was 3% of the U.S. gross domestic product.
Little known fact.
Yeah.
The word fuck ton was named for the amount of money that he had.
Pre-Standard Oil, did you know that before he started his company, Rockefeller, when he was 16, he got his first job as an assistant bookkeeper, working for a small produce commission firm in Cleveland, Ohio, called Hewitt and Tuttle. He worked 10 to 12 hours a day and was delighted with it, as he recalled later in all the methods and systems of the office, which was a book that he wrote. Yeah.
Back when hard work would actually pay off.
As a youth, Rockefeller reportedly said that his two great ambitions were to make $100,000 a year and live to be 100.
Well, he beat one and damn near got to the other one.
My question to him is very simple. How's it feel to be like a grenade? Because close only counts in horseshoes.
Jesus fucking Christ. What a dick. What a dick.
I had that joke written down for 3 weeks now.
Missed it by that much.
Bet you my Schwartz is bigger than yours.
Well, it is right now.
Who do you have next?
Oh, God. I have a gentleman born in London, England in 1914. Oh, yeah, there's another David Lean.
Robert Smith?
No.
I'm
Robert
lonely.
Smith, I think. I'm so lonely.
Please call me.
Now, this guy worked with director David Lean.
Okay.
Won an Academy Award, a BAFTA Award, a Golden Globe, and a Tony Award. He was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. Has a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Has an Academy Honorary Award for Lifetime Achievement and the BAFTA Academy Fellowship Award. This is Sir Alec Guinness.
Oh, love to meet this guy.
I know, man. Like,
his Schwartz is bigger than all of ours.
Definitely bigger than. What a great butler.
Oh, I totally forgot he was in that. Oh, and
So
he turned out not being blind.
I know, right? So yeah, he was in that movie. He was in Star Wars. His two biggest ones, well, oh God, what, Bridge Over the River Kwai?
Mm-hmm.
So many movies, but like I would love to ask him what it was like to work on Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Zhivago. Two of the biggest movies of the 60s and 70s ever.
Wow.
It's like I would just love to I would love to sit and just have a cup of tea and talk about that for hours. But I really want to know is like
surprising, because my question would have been, I saw interviews of him after Star Wars was made.
Well, that's just it. It's like, did you know? Well, my other question was, did you have any clue that Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Zhivago were going to be as big as they were? But how were your expectations of Star Wars? And I've heard him talk about it a little bit, where he had very low expectations of Star Wars. He had no clue.
No, he talked about it in an interview where they were himself and George Lucas were on the set when they were filming the video scene with Princess Leia coming through R2-D2, and they were sitting there talking and all that, and Alec Guinness just flat out says, "This has been one of the funnest experiences of my life. I don't think it's ever gonna make it to the screen." I mean, nobody in the pictures thought that this was gonna work.
But I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had to be talked into doing the role, but he accepted a percentage of the film instead of being paid.
Right. And
which then
got paid
made
a hell
him
of a lot more.
He was the biggest money maker of any actor in that movie by leaps and bounds. It was just astronomical how much money this guy got off this film, because they had no clue. Nobody had a clue. Even Lucas thought, oh, it'll do okay, but nobody had a clue. But yeah, I'd love to sit and talk with him about his two big movies, and then Star Wars a little bit. So yep, that was my number 5.
All right. Mine is a pair of people.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Okay.
One was born in 1871. One was born in 1867. They were born in Millville. Well, one was born in Millville, Indiana. The second one was born in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
These guys
I think I might know where this is going.
These guys built an airplane.
It's going exactly where I thought it was going.
The first airplane, which took off from a little beach in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. You can go there now to the official site, and it's kind of cool because each flight that they made, they have different rocks,
like markers,
white rock markers out in the field to show how far the plane went each time. This is Wilbur and Orville Wright, bicycle makers from the city of Dayton, who decided to try to build an aircraft and did it. Proceeded. They did it. They flew.
They did it.
Yeah. My question to both of them is very simple. Did you fly this plane in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, because Dayton sucks?
And
the answer would be yes. Is your Schwartz bigger than mine?
That's right. Now, is that both of them put together or singly?
Oh, we would have to ask them separately, but
Okay.
you know the answer would be the same.
No, my Schwartz isn't, but my balls are. Hey, let's face it.
That's why the first flight was so slow. I kept dragging.
You're going to be flying an airplane when no one has ever flown before. You got some big cojones. Yes.
All right. Who's your next?
Number 4.
Uh-oh.
Somebody born in Liverpool, England in 1940. Little musician by the name of John Winston Ono
Churchill?
Lennon. No, Ono Lennon.
John Lennon.
John Winston Lennon, 9 October 1940. Passed away in New York. Was shot to death in New York 8 December of 1980 at age 40. John, my one no, I have a bunch of questions, but my biggest one is your Schwartz as big as mine? No. Why the fuck did you pick Yoko Ono? Why?
I knew this was gonna happen.
What were you thinking?
All right. And his answer would be
Her pussy gripped like a retarded kid grabbing the gerbil. I don't know.
I like it sideways.
You go like this. I'm going to hell for that one. You gotta cut that. Yeah. Oh, we got another retard.
But his Schwartz is bigger than yours.
Dash 37. Put that in the chat. Good God. Okay. So, well, yeah, why Yoko Ono? What the hell? What the hell were you thinking, man? But I would also love to ask him if he was he thinking about doing another album after Double Fantasy. Like, did he have some more inspiration for some more music? And I really, really, really want to know what brought on the song Imagine. What was your inspiration for the song Imagine? Because it's such a captivating piece of music. It's gone on. It's going to be a song that lasts for decades. It's such a good piece of music. And would you have ever considered collaborating with your former bandmates? Which I don't think they ever would have. I don't think they wanted to get back together, but I'm just curious if he would ever consider it. So those are my questions.
I mean, if he would have considered it, fine, well, and good. There was no way that Ringo Starr was going to play with him again. because
That
his
issue?
Schwartz was bigger than
Ringo, very small penis.
yeah. Well, Paul McCartney and John, I don't want to say that they had a super beef. It wasn't the fact that they had Yoko Ono ruined everything.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, John and Paul had a love-hate relationship way before Yoko ever got into the picture.
Well, you had the two best writers of the Beatles.
Yeah.
And one wrote one style of song, one wrote another style of song, yet one person sung them all.
Yeah.
It was a very weird dynamic, but the dynamic worked. They worked well together until a little China girl show up. Then
I've told this joke before, and I'll tell it again.
Don't do it.
What's the difference between Ethiopians and Yoko Ono?
Don't know.
They both live off of dead Beatles.
Oh, sad. That is so sad.
Anyway,
right.
What you got? Or do you need to take a pee break?
Do you need to pee?
I don't.
I'm fine right now.
We're going to power through.
I see your eyes getting smaller and smaller, so I'm trying to power.
I'm doing my best impression of Yoko Ono right now.
All right, this gentleman was born in Shadwell Plantation in the colony of Virginia.
Oh, good Lord.
Back in 1743. 1743.
Is this the guy that did the brain cells dead? Sorry, can't make sentences. Did he do the the land stuff for my grandparents' place? Did he do the surveying for my grandparents' farm?
Let me see. I don't remember him being a surveyor.
Okay. Go ahead. Go on.
He was more of a farmer.
Okay.
Yeah. He's married to a woman named Martha. Who apparently was very exquisite and liked his Schwartz. As a matter of fact, this gentleman almost left Philadelphia early to go get laid by Martha. Have you figured this out yet?
I'm going to go with George.
That would be here.
All right, gentlemen, let's get on with it. Which of us will write our Declaration on Independence?
Mr. Adams, I say you should write it.
Now, it wasn't Benjamin. John Adams was from Massachusetts.
Okay.
But the man who actually wrote the Declaration of Independence was a man named Thomas Jefferson.
Ah.
I gave you a little hint into the fact that he almost didn't write this to get laid.
Well, George also had a wife named Martha.
Yes,
and he was a surveyor.
Yes, he was.
And he surveyed the land my grandparents lived on.
Did he really?
He really did. Yep.
Um,
But anyway,
and he was born in the colony of Virginia as well.
yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you can see my, I chose poorly.
It's all good. I mean, Thomas Jefferson, come on. You got George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. You could have chose either of them.
Yeah, I know, right?
But what interested me was the fact that he was trying so hard to not write the Declaration of Independence because he wanted to go home and get laid. And if you look at pictures of Martha, you can understand why.
Yeah. Yeah. Martha didn't suck. Yeah.
Well, she sucked his Schwartz. But my question would be a very simple thing. Now that everything is done and over with and everything.
How badly did we fuck up?
If you had gotten a blowjob, would America have failed? Because it's not looking too good right now.
I mean, I don't think that BJ would have helped or hindered today in any way, shape, or form. We took everything you wrote and fucked it up.
From what I hear, when John Adams and Ben Franklin met Martha, they sat back and totally understood everything.
Oh, that's why you want to go home?
They then, at that point in time, made sure that he was getting fed, getting pies, getting everything that he could possibly get.
Can't get some trim, we going to give him some food.
All right, sir. What do you have next?
Another gentleman from England, specifically Acton, born 21 February of 1946. Alma mater of the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. Lovely voice. Great movies, great shows. Mr. Alan Rickman.
Good.
And I know we've talked about this guy. Die
Very
Hard.
good man.
Sheriff of Nottingham. I loved him in what was the January Man. That's one of the questions. How much fun was it to work on the set of the January Man? Because he just got to be like the hippie guy. I think it would have been so much fun. And that cast, holy hell. Do you remember that cast for January Man?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Susan Sarandon, Rod Steiger. Oh my God. I would have loved to work on that movie. I'd love to talk about all of his roles. But, did he have a clue that Die Hard was going to be such a huge movie? Did he have any clue that thing was going to be as big as it was?
No.
And then the very last question I would ask him, because the author, J.K. Rowling, told Alan Rickman specifically and only how the books ended. How hard was it keeping that secret?
Yeah, but she told him for a specific reason, didn't she?
Just so he could play his role correctly, because he, in essence, was the hero at the end of that story, and he was the bad guy through the books, through the movies, and everything like that. But he had to play it smart. But how hard was it to keep that damn secret? I mean,
yeah.
That's going to be tough. But God, if I could spend a week talking to Alan Rickman about anything and everything. That guy was phenomenal.
He had a bigger Schwartz than you.
Oh, absolutely. He had a bigger Schwartz than most everybody on the set.
Super nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
If you watched him in interviews, he seemed like the nicest, sweetest guy you'll ever meet.
and all the interviews of other people that worked with him said he was a very like giving actor. Like he would try to help as much as he could. He was very uplifting gentleman. It just sounded like a super nice guy. I was like, I would love to sit around and have drinks with Alan Rickman. Oh my God.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I'm looking something up. We might have to take a little break here.
Okay.
We only have 2 minutes left anyways. And I'm getting to the point of having to freaking pee, damn it.
Yep. I knew that was going to come.
All right. August. That was his name. Sorry. We'll be back in a second. I'm going to leave you with this, people.
Okay.
All right,
dude, I love this Aussie song.
We'll write our Declaration on Independence.
Mr. Adams, I say you should write it. To your legal mind and brilliance we defer.
Is that so? Well, if I'm the one to do it, they'll run their quill pens through it. I'm obnoxious and disliked, you know that, sir.
Yes, I know.
Then I say you should write it, Franklin. Yes, you.
Hell no.
Yes, you, Dr. Franklin. You.
But,
you.
But,
you.
But, Mr. Adams. But, Mr. Adams. The things I write are only light extemporanea. I won't put politics on paper, it's a mania. So I refuse to use a pen in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, refuse to use the pen. Mr. Sherman, I say you should write it. You are never controversial, as it were.
That is true.
Whereas if I'm the one to do it, they'll run their quill pens through it. I'm obnoxious and disliked, you know that, sir.
Yes, I do.
Then I say you should write it, Roger. Yes, you.
Good heavens, no.
Yes, you, Roger Sherman. You.
What?
You.
What?
You.
What? Mr. Adams, but Mr. Adams, I cannot write with any style or proper etiquette. I do not know a participle from a predicate. I am just a simple cobbler from Connecticut.
Connecticut, Connecticut, a simple cobbler he. Mr. Livingston, maybe you should write it. You have many friends and you're a diplomat.
Oh, that word.
Whereas if I'm the one to do it, they'll run their quill pens through it.
He's obnoxious and disliked. Did you know that?
I hadn't heard. Then I say you should write it, Robert. Yes, you.
Not me, Johnny.
Yes, you, Robert Livingston. You.
But.
You.
But.
You.
Mr. Adams, dear Mr. Adams, I've been presented with a new son by the noble stork, so I am going home to celebrate and pop a cork with all the Livingstons together back in old New York. New York, New York, Livingston's going to pop a cork.
Mr. Jefferson.
Mr. Adams, leave me alone. La, la, la.
Mr. Jefferson.
Mr. Adams, I beg you, I've not seen my wife these 6 months.
You write 10 times better than any man in Congress, including me. For a man of only 33 years, you possess a happy talent for composition and a remarkable felicity of expression. Now, will you be a patriot or a lover?
A lover.
No!
But I burn, Mr. A.
So do I, Mr. J.
You do?
John.
Who'd have thought it?
Mr. Jefferson, dear Mr. Jefferson, I'm only 41, I still have my virility. And I can romp through Cupid's grove with great agility. But life is more than sexual combustibility. Combustibility, combustibility, combustibility. Quiet! Now you write it, Mr. J.
Who will make me, Mr. A?
I. You. Yes.
How?
By physical force, if necessary. It's your duty. It's your duty, damn it.
Mr. Adams, damn you, Mr. Adams. You're obnoxious and disliked, that cannot be denied. Once again you stand between me and my lovely bride. Lovely bride. Oh, Mr. Adams, you are driving me to homicide. Homicide, homicide, we may see murder, yes.
All right, we're back.
Hi.
Thomas Jefferson. Oh, I just noticed your annotation.
I renamed myself to Burke, the bald-headed wonder.
Oh, no. I was talking about the retard at 11:37.
Oh, now we got to do another one, dumbass.
All right, my uncle was a retard.
55. Good God, man.
Oh.
Killing me, Smalls. Hey, quick question.
Uh-huh.
Because y'all are in Texas and y'all love to smoke stuff, do you have honey baked ham stores down there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Hot take. I will take the honey baked turkey over their ham any day.
Mm. Okay.
And the great thing is, if you go at Easter and you're standing in line, they come out and go, "You here for ham?" You go, "No, I'm here for turkey." You go to the front of the line. It's fucking awesome. And you can still get a quarter pound of honey baked ham. But if you're for the turkey, you go right up front, man. It's awesome. I was chewing on some of that just a minute ago. It's like, oh, God, it's so good.
But if you're going to go and get turkey, we have a place here called Meat You Anywhere. MEAT. You.
I get it. MEAT. I get it.
The best smoked turkey you will ever have in your life.
It's Ohio. We're not going to have that kind of awesomeness available to us. So, but yeah.
You will once I get up there. Hang on. Oh my God, that's pure wine now. There ain't no fucking spritzers no more. Woo!
That's like a whole bottle of wine in that cup there.
You see the size of the cup? It was a Magnum that was full when we started, and it has this much left in it.
But the size of my shorts.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're up next.
Am I? I'm at number 2.
I'm up next.
You're up next.
Who is your number 3?
Alan Rickman.
My number 3.
Well, Scott is eating his sandwich.
Fuck, dude, we've been going for 4
I know.
hours. I had to eat something.
Well, I was drinking about an hour and a half before we actually started taping, so I'm like, oh, God.
Whose fault is that?
Mama Sveti. Fucking Wheel of Fortune.
My next one. He was born in the 1800s, I think.
Okay.
1889.
That'd be the 1800s.
Died in 1978.
That's a hell of a run.
Where was he born? He was born in Gallion, Crawford, Ohio.
Hey, there you go.
But, and his wife was Edith. And she was born in Fairport Harbor. This could be weird. I know it is.
Okay.
This is my great grandpa Raleigh.
Oh shit. Okay.
August Raleigh. And I did know him. He in the 70s. God, it was late 70s. His wife had died. She died in 67.
Shit.
He lived he lived by himself for a long while. And then he finally got to the point, this was probably 1975-ish, where he couldn't take care of himself anymore. And he got put into a retirement home in, of all places, Medina, Ohio. We didn't live in Medina yet. We lived in Sheffield Lake when they put him in there.
Okay.
And my father, who was Medinian, his father, who was Medinian, the family has lived in Medina for years.
Gotcha. Okay.
My dad's side of the family were the Abbotts. The Abbotts have been in Medina for forever. So, anyways, back to Great Grandpa Raleigh. Great Grandpa Raleigh was born in America, but his parents weren't. His parents came from Europe in the it was like 1882 or 83.
Is this the German side of your family?
This is where it becomes a little bit convoluted. Because you could go back. There's no history before August and Edith's marriage. I can't find anything. Can't find anything. Don't know.
And when did they come over again?
It was like 1885. Would have been like pre-World War I, right before it. Woohoo! Sorry. Anyways, August.
That's when the Statue of Liberty arrived in New York Harbor.
Really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. All right.
Very interesting. He was an interesting dude. Spoke German. Fluent German. His parents spoke German and French. My grandmother used to always tell us that they were French. The name is Bouquet, not Bucket. How is that spelled? Bucket. Bucket. But Ethel always said that they were more French than anything else. DNA in me, when I did my DNA test,
Right.
Yeah. Says something totally fucking different. It's like, dude, you are really fucking English and you're really fucking German.
Get that kind of Aryan thing going on there. No offense.
So my question, great grandpa, he was totally into trains. Like, I have book after book after book that he gave me about trains. He's the one that got me fixated on it.
Okay.
Before Uncle Noel did.
So he had a bit of the tism. Okay, fair enough.
He had a bit of the tism. This man, I used to look up. He was my favorite dude in the world. I mean, you would walk into his retirement home room, and he would be sitting there with a cigar in his mouth, smoking, and all you would hear is the nurse bitching about the fact that he's smoking while he's got his oxygen on.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
But my question to him is very simple, very one-off. Are we German or are we French?
Is your Schwartz is as big as mine?
Because I wouldn't ask my great-grandfather that question, because I know I'm a descendant.
Did it skip a generation? What's going on here, Grandpa?
I would definitely. I just want to know, because there's no paperwork before getting to America. I can't.
Did I throw out the white flag, or did I invade a bunch of people? I gotta know.
And I mean, Grandma's very adamant about saying, "Oh no, we were French. We were French." But the spelling of Raleigh, the Roelle, is German. Now, I wouldn't. I mean, my grandfather changed his name from Cinco to Simmons after they don't want to say immigrated to the U.S. So and it makes sense in my mind as to why they would do that, because they were from Poland. I mean, at that point in time, you were trying to get rid of any type of Germanic name.
Yeah.
So they changed it from Cinco to Simmons. Great Grandpa Raleigh never did that. And the thing about Great Grandpa Raleigh that I loved is that the man never fucking lied. He will tell you flat out, "Oh no, Hitler's my brother." And I sit there and go, I believe him.
Childhood buddies.
We go out for BMTs all the time.
Mutton lettuce and tomato sandwiches when the mutton's
MLTs,
nice and lean.
sorry. All right. So there you go. That's my
So
that's my
you
number
want to
3.
know if you are a Hitler Youth. I get it.
Am I actually German? I know I'm Polish, but am I German? And God, wouldn't that be a good question though? Like, Grandma, what the fuck? So,
I get it.
The best piece of financial advice I've ever received is to pay yourself first. That's why now with every paycheck I receive, I start by putting a little bit away for those rainy days. Today's episode is sponsored by Acorns. Acorns is a financial wellness app that makes it easy to start saving and investing for your future. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now, even if all you've got is spare change. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns recommends a diversified portfolio that can help you weather all of the market's ups and downs. Using Acorns, before I knew it, I had a couple $1,000s in a little nest egg account. Sign up now and join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/FMH or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/FMH.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed Sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2. Gentleman born 1940 in Baltimore, Maryland. A musician. Had 3 children, if I recall, 2 boys and a girl. Very odd style of musical talent. He likened his music to jazz from hell. Little guy named Frank Zappa.
Oh. Good choice.
I got turned on to Frank Zappa music many, many, many years ago. The weird thing is I was on my nephew's Twitch channel last night and asked him if he'd ever heard the song Donate the Yellow Snow. And he actually played it on his Twitch channel, which kind of blew my mind.
Really?
Yeah, but a brilliant guitar player. His stuff was, I can't even explain Frank Zappa's music to people. Because he was so irreverent. He didn't care who he pissed off. He did the raunchiest fucking lyrics. His instrumentals were almost, they were jazz-like. They would just wander off and wander back. Everything would come together. I mean, he was a brilliant musician and everything. But I would love to ask him what was his best live stage experience, because he was really best when he's on stage. He had a bunch of albums that were just live shows. And what was his favorite stage experience? I'd also love to ask him where he came up with such bizarre ideas. Because like he had songs like St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, Dynamo Hum. I mean, his stuff was so out there, and I understand drugs probably had a little to do.
Had something to do with this.
Maybe a little, just a touch, you know. And the last question was it tough to not cave in to censors and strict assholes when it came to making your music? Because he just let it all hang out. He didn't care. When he's talking about making a woman come with his thumb in a song, like back in the 70s, like you didn't talk about that shit back then, man. Yeah, I'd love to have a long conversation with Frank Zappa. Anyway, that was my number 2.
Frank Zappa would be fun, though.
Oh, God.
The guy was absolutely insane. It was drugs.
And smart. That's the thing. He was fucking whip crack smart. And his sons, like Dweezil Zappa, also a brilliant guitar player, smart as all get out. Just, yeah. And remember Moon Unit? She was the one that sang Valley Girl with him. And Dweezil, Moon Unit, and Ahmed is his other son. Yeah. And Dweezil and Ahmed had a show on TV, the Martini Lounge, I think it was called. It was a great little show. It lasted 1 season, but it was fantastic. Anyway, so yeah, Mr. Frank Zappa be my number 2.
All right, number 2 for me was born in Massachusetts. Let me get back to the top of the page because this page is so fucking long. The gentleman was born January 17th, 1706.
Little ways back.
But there is a notation that that date could be wrong.
So you're saying there's a chance he's still alive?
He could have been born on January 6, 1705.
Okay.
So there is a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
Born in Boston, province of Massachusetts Bay, British America. So weird to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, that is kind of a British America. That doesn't sound right.
He died April 17, 1790, at the age of 84 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Dude, age of 80 in 1794 is fucking huge, man. That's a long ass lifespan back then.
For back then, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 84 years old.
Yeah, that's huge.
Had gout.
Who doesn't?
I don't have it. Do you have gout?
I don't know. Everything aches. I probably do. Whatever.
He was the first president of the University of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
He was the Speaker of the Pennsylvania Assembly. That was in 1764. He was the Postmaster General. In 1753 to 1774.
Did he like to invent stuff?
He was a delegate from Pennsylvania to the Second Continental Congress in 1775. Or wait, that was 1779. No.
Okay.
1775 to October 1776. So he was Postmaster General of British America, and then after the Declaration of Independence, he became the Postmaster General of the United States.
Okay. Did he print?
Oh, yes. Minister to France. Minister to Sweden. And he was the 6th president of the United States.
Does he have a...
hold on. He was the 6th president of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Does he have a bill with his face on it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are we all about him?
We are all about the Benjamins.
And definitely his Schwartz is bigger than ours.
We are talking about Benjamin Franklin, one of the founders of the United States of America. He was a senator or a congressman from the great state of Pennsylvania when the Declaration was written. He was an obnoxious bastard to many people.
Dude had so many side gigs. He had so much shit going on in his life.
It was the side gigs. It was he was an oceanographer. He
was a writer. He was an inventor.
He was oceanography, hydrodynamics, thermodynamics, meteorology. He founded electricity. Well, no, he founded a way to get shocked.
Yeah.
He didn't find electricity.
He experimented with it a lot.
Yes. Had very, very fun. He had some fun anecdotes.
Yeah.
He had some. I love Benjamin Franklin. If I was going to be a politician, I would want to be just like him.
And there was and being stupid about history. Was he married?
That's a very good question. Out of all the research that I did, I never saw that, but I think he was.
I kind of felt like he was like a confirmed bachelor and like a kind of a ladies' man back in the day, wasn't he?
Oh no, he was married to Deborah Reed.
Okay,
and he was married to her from 1730 to 1774. In 1774, she died of an unknown illness,
dysentery,
most likely dysentery. He had kids. He had William, Francis, and Sarah. And his parents' names were Josiah Franklin and Abia Folger.
Great coffee.
I do believe that's where the coffee came from.
Okay, fair enough.
So, but the gentleman, he made musical instruments. He was a master chess player. Franklin was inducted into the U.S. Chess Hall of Fame in 1999, becoming the second oldest chess club member in the U.S. Mr. Franklin.
What? He invented the lightning rod, bifocals,
yep,
swim fins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was an oceanographer.
Franklin stove, a urinary catheter, the harmonica. That's that glass instrument. It's
right.
Like glass globes.
You spin them, and well, you can get them now where they spin, and it's just a piece of glass that you touch, and it. Go on.
So yeah. That was all the inventions I could find. But yeah, dude.
Now wait. In 1726, at the age of 20, this is how fucking brilliant this dude is. At the age of 20, he sought to cultivate his character by a plan of 13 virtues, which he wrote out. Number 1 virtue was temperance. Eat not to dullness, drink not to elevation. Number 2, silence. Speak not but what may benefit others or yourself. Avoid trifling conversations. Order. Let all your things have their place. Let each part of your business have its time. Resolution. Resolve to perform what you ought. Perform without fail what you resolve. So he's gone through, made 13 virtues to live by, printed it on a piece of paper with the Franklin printing press. And it was just something that he lived by. But other people kind of looked at it and went, wow.
The hell is this nonsense?
Humility. Imitate Jesus and Socrates.
Wow.
Big spectrum there.
Yeah.
So the question that I would ask Mr. Franklin has nothing to do with the Declaration. Has nothing to do with any of the crap that he invented. It has to do with Mr. Franklin, did you know that you are absolutely hilarious? Because you go back through the things that he said, which are written down in notes for Congress and stuff like that.
Yep.
Go back and read some of the shit that he said. It's absolutely fucking hilarious.
I think with a man of that amount of brain power, he was probably the smartest man in the room most of the time.
And he knew it.
And that was one of the ways that he would point out the stupidity, but he would temper that with comedy.
Yeah, I would agree.
Do you understand how dumb that sounds?
It
but
just,
in a nice way, you know?
It just kind of, it makes it so that you can tell somebody they're a fucking idiot without telling them they're a fucking idiot. And we do that nowadays.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was watching some Instagram post where this girl was like talking about her situation with her boyfriend, and she's making a video about it, and she's saying it out loud, and she says all this stuff about him, and then she stops and thinks about what she just said out loud. It was like, yeah, oh hell no, I'm out of this shit. It was like the commentary is like, when you say what you're doing out loud and hear yourself say it, you realize how stupid it is. And you can grow and learn from that if you just say it out loud. And I think that big part of him would have been that. It's like, do you understand what you're saying? So you're telling me, I can just hear him say it. So you're telling me.
I see him pulling a Sam Kinison. Say it! Say it!
We would have gotten out of the war if it wasn't for this damn zombie. Yeah, I like your style. Yeah.
He went to, I think it was France, right after the Declaration of Independence. And at that point in time, a French artist made these coins that were like 4 inches around. And they were made out of terracotta or something like it was like a plaster, because back then metal was kind of expensive.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I was watching Pawn Stars the other day, and somebody brought these metals in, and it was worth like $35,000 because they were in the books and all that. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And I was like, that's right after the Declaration of Independence, and it was made by a French government official. He's not the president. He's not he's a fucking congressman from Pennsylvania, in a brand new country that's only a year old. He was so well known around the world. He amazes me as a person. He is somebody I would strive to be more like him. I wish I could, but legally I can't. Because
I would get arrested.
Because his Schwartz is much larger. All right, sir, you're number one.
Number one, gentleman born 1937 in New York City, died 2008. Comedian, film, television, radio, literature.
Really fat?
No.
Not John Candy.
Nope. This gentleman.
Comedian.
Yep. Saturday Night Live, whole bunch of good stuff. His name, George Dennis Patrick Carlin.
George Carlin died that long ago?
Yeah, it's been a long time, man. He only made it to 71.
Oh my God.
It's almost 20 years now, man.
I didn't think it. Wow.
Yeah.
What a fucking phenomenal comedian. His Schwartz was bigger than yours.
Yeah, oh yeah. Bigger than both of ours put together. Great comedy. Tonight Show, Saturday Night Live. I remember growing up, my mom would take me to the Akron Public Library, and we found out there's a little section in the corner that had vinyl records, and they had all these comedians' records. They had Bob Newhart, they had George Carlin, they had it's just a bunch of old comedians, and George Carlin was one of my favorites. I love listening to his stuff. But I would love to have asked, and I saw him live at Akron U at E.J. Thomas.
E.J. Thomas Hall.
Yeah. So I would love to just ask him, like, did you ever give in to outside pressure to tone down your act? Because you got to think a venue or a town or somebody would like you got to tone that shit down. It's like, did he ever bow down to that pressure? I'd love to ask him if he had any clue how funny he actually was. And then I would love to ask him, what made you decide to do movies with Kevin Smith? Because he did a couple, and oh my God, he was hilarious. Did you remember Dogma, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, paying the Cardinal Glick, I think was his, I can't remember. Oh my God, the whole Buddy Jesus thing. And then I would love to ask him, what was your best show ever? What moment on stage sticks out in your mind as your best bit ever? So, yeah. That was my last question of the evening, sir.
So I was torn on this. What year did he die?
Oh, wait.
3 years after. The guy that I was torn on two guys.
Yeah.
One, a political person that is probably my largest idol. And the problem with him is that he's not dead yet. Let me talk about this, then I'll get into my number one.
Okay.
Lech Walesa from
my
Poland.
God, yeah. Yeah.
He has been like top of my list for historic people that I idol. Still idol him today, and part of that is because through the 70s I watched what he was doing with the Solidarity movement to get the Russians out of Poland.
Yeah.
And it was he's just he's
a good dude.
Guy that I saw fight for at least 10 years of me watching the news.
Mm-hmm.
To finally in the 90s become the first president of Poland that there ever was. For years and years and years, Poland was always under attack by somebody. It was under attack by the Germans in the 40s. You know, you had Vlad the Impaler, who went through Poland and basically stuck a whole bunch of fucking people for no reason. After World War II, the Russians took over Poland. So they were under Russian rule at that point in time. And, you know, Lech Walesa, who was born in the 40s, 1943, comes busting in the 70s when it really wasn't, it was very frowned upon what he was doing. I mean, I remember watching
progressive stuff in Poland was not, yeah.
It was not a good thing, people. Yeah, and you'd watch it on the news, and they made it sound like he was trying to take over a country, which he was, but it was his country.
Yeah. Yes.
But the news was like, oh, this guy is creating, oh, there's violence over on the docks. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And it went on and on and on. But he persisted, and just shit, the dude was thrown in jail, thrown in prison by the Russians, which was probably the biggest mistake that they ever made.
Yeah,
because
do not make a martyr. Don't do it.
Because everyone else in the country was like, fuck you.
Wait. That's our guy.
Fuck you. Yeah, we want our independence now.
We might not like him, but he's ours to not like. You don't get to not like him. He's ours.
So Lech Walesa, I guess he'd be my runner-up.
Fair enough.
The
Good
gentleman that I did pick was born in 1940, died in 2005. He was born in Peoria, Illinois, died in Los Angeles, California. Married 5 times. Well, actually, he was married 6 times because he divorced one and then remarried her.
Oh, good Lord.
Has 7 children. Including Rain. He has a daughter named Rain.
Okay.
Rain went on to star in the ABC series Head of the Class. She's been on several shows like Rude Awakening, The Division, Chicago Hope. She starred on The Johnny Carson Show. She starred on Jay Leno Show. She starred on Craig Ferguson Show. The Taffy Smiley Show. Don't know what that is. Anyways, she's following along in her father's footstep.
I got you now.
Who am I talking about?
Ms. Pryor.
Yes, but I'm talking about her dad.
Richard
Franklin Lennox Thomas Pryor the Senior.
And to back up 2 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
do you know who Rain co-starred with in Head of the Class?
Do tell.
Dan Schneider.
Damn.
But anyway, Richard, oh my God. I would have so many questions for him.
His Schwartz is bigger than mine.
Oh, well, just from the color of his skin. But
7 kids. Mine could only muster 2.
Same here.
You're talking about a 5-time Grammy Award winner. He won a Primetime Emmy.
Primetime for his shit?
Kennedy Center Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. He was a winner of the Writers Guild of America Awards. And I can't I can't say much about awards because his type of humor is not going to win awards.
It's a little transcendental or transcendent of the norms. My God, just his work with Mel Brooks alone would be days and days of asking questions. Holy shit.
Remember, it's the 1970s. I mean, he worked from the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s. He quit working in 1999. So I'm going to read off some stuff. Please do not get mad at me.
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay, so back in the 70s, we used to do these things called records. And what a lot of comedians would do is they would record a show and it would be pressed onto record, and you could listen to the comedy show that they did.
The big vinyl discs that you would put on a record player?
Yeah, buddy. Richard Pryor was the first comedian to win a Grammy Award for an album. The album was called, in 1974, That Nigga's Crazy is the title. And
that's a hard R on that one.
I said A.
Yeah.
I said the A because I'm not going to say the R.
That's NIGGER''S. That's the name of that damn album.
We could get a little greasy over here. But he won other Grammy Awards for Best Comedy Album, along with Is It Something I Said, Bicentennial Nigga, Richard Pryor Live on the Sunset Strip, Richard Pryor Here and Now, and that was it for the award, the Grammy Awards for that.
Yeah.
So,
but he had other albums like Live and Smokin',
Live and
Concert.
Well, that was the Wanted Live in Concert.
Yeah.
Oh, he did have Live in Concert. It was what, 1979? Yeah.
It's 1978. Yeah.
Okay.
Sneeze. You good job, dude.
Pryor served as co-writer of Blazing Saddles with Mel
Gibson
Brooks.
Oh yeah, that other Mel. Yeah, the other Jew.
Jesus. Oh my God, it's going to hell. So much editing. Which is where he
was supposed to be in the movie, but the freaking the studio execs would not let him in.
Right.
They would not let him be in the fucking movie because he wasn't well known enough, which sucked because I think it would have been great.
Well, something came out of it though. He met somebody. He met a man. His name is Gene Wilder.
Yes.
And they collaborated on several movies that were all hits. Silver Streak.
Silver Streak is one of my most favorite movies.
I love
that film. Holy crap.
Stir Crazy is another one that I like.
Good.
Stir Crazy. That's when they're in jail.
They're in prison.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
Not bad.
See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
It's okay.
And Another You.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I do believe that one, I think Another You went straight to videotape. Kevin Pollak's in it. Vanessa Williams. Gene Wilder. Richard Pryor. Yeah. Released, all it says is released in the United States, July 26, 1991. Meet Two Big Liars.
And then Alone, he was in a couple other good films too.
Mm-hmm. Like?
The Wiz.
Uh-huh.
Blue Collar.
Don't forget Blue Collar.
California Suite.
Which was
Superman Yeah, it was okay. Superman
It was
3,
okay.
it was okay. Harlem Nights was a really
That was
good
it.
film.
Harlem Nights. I loved
Harlem
that
Nights
flick.
was a very good film. I didn't know he was in Lost Highway though.
Yeah, but he wasn't he was just featured.
He was a bit part, yeah.
Yeah.
He was on Sesame Street?
Yes. And he was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, he was on Saturday Night Live a few times. That was some funny shit.
Back in the 70s, he was on it, and one of his skits got cut because it was a little too
spicy,
risque,
racist, crack ass honky. That's one that got through.
That was Dan Aykroyd. Aykroyd?
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. Oh, that's right. It was Chevy Chase.
Yeah, we got a couple questions to ask you. What do you think if I say this word? Spear chucker. Honky. Crack ass honky. That's so funny. Oh my God.
I mean, the man was brilliant.
Oh my God! Yes.
When it came to comedy, and Live on the Sunset Strip, if you ever get the chance to listen to it, please listen to it. He recorded that right after he lit himself on fire
from crack. Yes, crack.
Was
cocaine.
it crack or was it?
It was crack.
I don't think that meth was created yet.
No, it was crack cocaine.
Yeah, he was freebasing cocaine.
Oh yeah, sorry, he was freebasing. Wasn't even crack. Crack hadn't even been invented.
It was pure cocaine that he was trying to smoke.
Coke. Blew himself up.
While he was still burning, he ran down Parthenia Street from his Los Angeles home until he was subdued by police.
Oops.
Come on, man. You gotta love that. It's
that shit's fire.
You gotta your neck. Anyways, I'm gonna move on into.
Now, what would you ask this fine gentleman?
Well, I had a bunch of questions for him, which I don't think I could ask. But I think that the biggest, most vital thing that I think anyone would want to ask is, do you think that your drug habit was what cost you your life at a young age? And I hate to be a downer or anything, but he'd had health problems since 1977. He was a heavy smoker. He was an alcoholic. Pryor had his first heart attack at age 36.
Jesus Christ.
And he recovered. It's just a question that I have because he did a lot of stuff that was good for his body. He was a vegetarian. Didn't eat meat. He was actually an advocate for PETA, trying to get KFC, Burger King, and other sourcing meat suppliers to quit.
Surprised he had the energy to support that.
Hey man, I give the guy a lot of props. He everybody that worked with him said that he was easy to work with. Every producer or director that he worked with said that he was an asshole to work with.
So he liked his buddies that he was on set with, and didn't like. He was establishment. I don't know the word I'm looking
Establishment.
for. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, there's no funny question here.
Yeah, no.
I don't have a funny question for something like this because I've always felt that Richard Pryor died at a he's a George Carlin.
Yeah. He was 65, which is young by today's standards, but in 05, not too long. I don't know. If he had not done so much chemically induced things, he probably could have been in his 70s very easily. But
I mean, what was the movie? There was one movie that I absolutely loved, and I can't remember the fucking name of it. Where he's
not the toy.
That was it.
I hated that movie.
I loved it.
I thought it was the most condescending movie ever. It was like so trite. No.
Wow. Pryor was one of 4 children raised in his grandmother's brothel. He was sexually abused at age 7.
Jesus Christ.
And expelled.
Well, that kind of explains a couple things. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, 7 wives.
Yikes.
Yeah. He proceeded to join the army and spent virtually the entire stint in an army prison.
Let's see. I get fed and don't have to kill people. Okay, sounds good.
I wonder if he's got the military honors on his head. So,
what is this? He portrayed the first black president of the United States, spoofed the Star Wars Mos Eisley Cantina.
Oh, yeah.
Examined gun violence in a non-comedy skit. Lampooned racism in the sinking of the Titanic. Used costumes to be distorted to appear nude. Visited Kenya. And he swore he would never use the N-word in his stand-up comedy routine again. Interesting.
Yeah, that was, what year was that? That was
79.
79.
Yeah.
In 1979, at the height of his success, Pryor visited Kenya. So that's post Live on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
Because
anyway,
I've still got that album. Dude, he was a brilliant comedian, but his retorts were spot on and quick. Like, I mean, you could say something to the guy and he'd have an answer like you wouldn't believe.
He would have 2 comebacks to your one.
That was
instantly.
The skit that he did on Saturday Night Live with
the word association with Chevy Chase. Yes.
Half of his answers were unscripted.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you gotta love the guy.
Double honky.
I wish he was still around.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because he would be having a fucking blast right now.
Oh, God. You have a field day with shit going on today.
I think the N-word would come back.
I swore I'd never say this again. However, comma.
Gotta love the guy. Hey, man, it's been fun. It's been long.
Oh, God. It's been a long night, man.
You'll be fine.
I am officially out of alcohol. I have to go to the store tomorrow.
Oh, how sad. I have wine if you want to come over. I'll see you in 20 hours.
See you soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Southwind Racing. I don't even... Did they have a... A website?
I don't think so.
I would look it up, but I think we would lose. Actually, I've got really good Wi-Fi tonight. I don't know what's going on.
They have a Facebook presence, but not an official website.
Dude, I'm up to 700.
How the hell is that possible? That's more than me.
It dropped back down to 631 and 35 up. The fuck? I've never had internet this good. I'm actually able to be online and talk to you.
Oh, now I'm pushing over 400 all of a sudden.
Oh, you see, Spectrum had a boost.
400 down and 10 up. Man, not bad.
Woohoo! Emotional damage.
I already did Building on Fire. I did Woohoo. Did that.
End of line. End of line.
Yeah, we're done, guys. He did. Burke's falling asleep. I'm falling asleep. Southwind Racing. Oh, remember the Put and Bake Classic?
Coming up soon.
We're out of here.
See ya.
Storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle. Bye-bye.
Offer valid on standard browsers, U.S. only.
When I heard about Date My Age, I thought, really? But there I was in my empty, quiet house, my laptop on the kitchen counter, and I typed in my name. Looking for a man between the ages of, 40 to 60? Sure, why not?
Date My Age is different. With verified profiles, you can feel safe and secure to explore meaningful connections with interesting and mature singles.
Date My Age made it really easy. I could join and view online profiles for free. All of a sudden, my empty house wasn't so quiet anymore. I got so much attention, it just made me feel seen and alive. Date My Age helped me start a totally new chapter in my life.
Find a friend, a lover, a partner at Date My Age. Get 60% off when you join at datemyage.com today. That's datemyage.com to connect with thousands of singles worldwide. datemyage.com.